Awesome. It is really a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious time to be standing in front of you today. So, good morning, everyone. Are we good? Are we enjoying the conversations? Good, because I've got exams for you. I'm not wasting this particular story. Get your pens and paper ready because we are going to do a bit of mindset shifting. Before we do that, I want to set the scene for you. Picture this. You are walking in the wonderful streets of Lasgidi, Lagos, Nigeria. Or it's an afternoon drive in Kinshasa, DRC. But what we are all familiar with, it could be stuck in traffic, either Pretoria, Joburg, Cape Town, you name it. You look outside, you see a pile of waste. It looks at you with a smug smile on the face. You look back and you go, ugh, people are so untidy. But have you ever wondered, who are these untidy people? It's you. It's you. Definitely you. And also you. You're saying no, but we'll talk. So the point is, all of us are waste generators. But have we always entertained the idea that as much as we generate this waste, we are also the same people who will have the solutions behind it? Now the mind is thinking, right? You're cooking. Good. So I want to set the scene even further. There are so many wonderful pieces of research out there that remind us Africa is the next best thing after sliced bread. Whether it's a heading or a concluding paragraph, there's always that urbanization is going to be an issue in our cities. And that's true. According to various United Nations reports, it's a case of 2035, we are going to have 6 megacities. Cairo in Egypt, Lagos, Nigeria, Kinshasa, DRC, Luanda, Angola, Johannesburg, South Africa, as well as Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Now, it's good. Urbanization is good. However, is it really happening in a way that makes us conscious of the impact that it would have on climate change? Coming particularly into the space of waste management, where is all of that waste going to go? Because as we speak right now in 2025, some of these mega cities have got populations that are over 20 million, Cairo alone. We look at Nigeria as well as the DRC, just the 2 cities we've mentioned, over 17 million people. So again, where is this waste going? I hope it's stewing, because I'm here to shift your mindset so that we look at waste in a different perspective. Before we do that, for some of you who may not be familiar with the different types of waste, we are going to have Module 101 waste types. As you are sitting there, some of you have got plastic bottles, glass bottles, even the hay that you're sitting on as a type of waste. So what you typically find in cities, you have metal waste that comes from all the construction and property development activities, which is linked to the construction and demolition waste. You've got what we also call organic waste, which is my passion, my love, and we'll get into that passion shortly. And that comes from all the food waste that we either prepare from agro-processors, because some of us do not want to be slicing onions and slicing tomatoes, so we get already cut and prepared food, or even the leftovers in our homes, in our institutions, and so forth. We also get textile waste. Have you ever wondered what happens to those old items of clothing if they're not passed down from a sibling or to a cousin? Where do they land up? And even the tons of material that's important from other continents coming into Africa. In some parts of East Africa as well as Southern Africa, there's a term that they call bend down boutique store. Have any of you heard of that one? Bend down boutique store, because that is fast fashion, it is more accessible, and it's equally affordable. But once it's been worn 3 times, 7 times, what happens to that? So we're also seeing an increase in textile material coming through. Last but certainly not least, packaging. All the Amazons and the Take-A-Lot containers that we have, as well as the fast food material that we use, where is that going? We've always been conditioned to look at waste from a linear economy. We consume, we dispose, and it goes somewhere. Sometimes We don't even care where somewhere is, but that's where the issue is. Because that somewhere is within our cities. And the reality is, as much as we are going to see urbanization and development happening, that waste must go. It must be processed, it must be handled, something must happen. Alas, it's not just a case of climate change issues. There are also healthcare related issues. So we want to find ourselves in a position where we look at waste as a resource, because now with these different streams, you're opening up opportunities. Opportunities to use this material as feedstock for a new product. And over the next few minutes, we're going to particularly focus on the organic waste, because this contributes to the largest portion of the material that is currently being landfilled across our continent. Anything between 60 to 80%. That's a chunk. And once this lands up either in an opened up or landfill, ladies and gents, we're just adding to those pain points of climate change. Now, I want to set the scene with two components. The reality is our collection is not the very best, and we shouldn't give our municipalities too much of a headache because, as we indicated, we are also the generators. They're not able to handle the large quantities by themselves. And so onus is equally on us to be intentional to see how we play across the waste value chain. But once this waste is collected, our treatment options are also not in the best form. It's either openly dumped or the landfill component is an issue. Yes, we are starting to see recycling activities coming up, but we've got a long way to go. Hence this mindset shifting conversation so that we are part of that change that we want to see. On the bright side, there are efforts and strides along the way. The first being a lot of waste champions as well as waste reclaimers that are coming up. Before, it used to be a very unpleasant thing. Oh my gosh, you're going through my bin. Ew, it does not look good. Blech. But the more we have the conversations, the more we are starting to appreciate the critical role that they play, especially in the early stages of the generation, as well as the separation activities. Because once it's been separated, it's feedstock or a resource for something new. One particular aspect I'm really excited about is the role and importance of small businesses that are coming in with circular innovations. So when we have taken and done our part to separate the material, Gamu comes in to handle the organics. Tim comes in to handle the plastic. Cynthia comes in to handle a different stream, and so on and so forth. So this means collectively, all that material that would traditionally be disposed of at a landfill will be redirected into something new. Our current infrastructure, the local economic development activities, social economic development activities, all of these things are competing with the land. We don't physically have that space to keep on building landfills. So separation at source and ensuring that entrepreneurs get into the space becomes intentional. Are we still together? Good, because your exam is coming. And lastly, but certainly not least, as we've heard from other speakers, public, private sector are putting in those efforts and strides to ensure that we are exposed and we are informed about these waste changes, whether it's the landfill ban that's coming in, supply development programs, at least there's effort. But there's a journey to go. And when we have conversations of this nature, we become part of that solution. All right. Organic material can be subdivided into other categories. This can be food, as I mentioned earlier. This could be agro-waste, and it can also be animal manure. So on a good day, this is value that we are disposing of. Why? Because it smells. No, ladies and gentlemen, that stuff is brown gold. That is good stuff for a wide variety of outputs. From this material, you can make animal feed. You can make biofuels. You can make compost. And best of all, you can make biogas. And the beauty is the scale varies. Whether you do this at household level, institutional level, or even at a national level, it's all possible because the quality and the quantities of the separation activities that you've participated and make it possible. So biogas is such a beautiful technology because it works like our tummy. The same way we eat on a daily basis, we make sure that we try and eat a relatively balanced plate. There's some protein, some carbs, some vegetables. That way your tummy does not become upset. So we produce energy and also a different type of energy plus the gas. And it's the same principle with a biogas system. At the end of the day, with the biogas that is produced in what we call a digester, which can either be above ground or it can be dug underground, it can easily be reticulated or connected into your kitchen, be it a household kitchen or at a school or any other institution. The beauty is you are intentionally utilizing that organic material to enjoy decentralized energy access. Many a time we see the videos of large-scale waste-to-energy technologies, and it's good, but it's equally important to appreciate that there is room and space to decentralize using biogas systems. Now, for those pens and papers, question 1 for 45 marks. Write an essay about what you are currently doing with your organic material. Time starts now. I don't see pens moving. Jokes aside, that is just really encouraging you to introspect and actually review what your current separation activities are, or even just basic relationship with waste. We can talk and talk about climate change and the wider issues, but what are you doing with the smaller things within your own backyard? In order to ensure that the value is fully maximized, this concept of the gospel of separation at source is critical. So all the bottles, whether it's plastic or glass, all the material that you're going to use later, separating it into the respective bins is imperative. And this also applies to those who are in the eventing space, those who are in corporate companies, you name it. Whether you decide that you want to do something with that material yourself, or you want to employ the services of a local entrepreneur or a cooperative in a given space, at least we've done your part to do that. Now, the beauty is once you start separating this material, you see the different opportunities that it has to offer. So particularly for young people, when you talk about generation, it opens up an opportunity for you to start developing new products that can ensure this is biodegradable material. Or for those in the processing space, you become intentional and say, you know what, I actually want to start making my own compost. Yeah, I'm going to start it, or I'm going to start a business with my friend and make it happen. I'm going to give you a practical example of how this decentralization can work within an urban space. So, as indicated, I run a company called Madam Waste. So we have a site where we process compost as well as biogas. Now, this was intentionally designed to ensure that Tom, Dick, Harry, and Cynthia can come and see what circularity looks like. We collect the organic material, or the organic materials delivered to our site, and we're able to process it into new products. So one is also able to purchase the compost or even participate in urban food systems. As the previous speaker spoke, the greatest clients are the primary school and high school kids because they get it. And they're the same police officers who will be telling you as parents to separate because they appreciate the principles of circularity. So it means that if we continue such conversations with them and showing them spaces like this, we continue to shift the mindset and we can have a better story, especially where waste is concerned in our urban areas. And so, as the youth would say, what too must can happen. And then, I'm urging you to be intentional because everything we do starts at home, ladies and gents. We can go to the conferences, we can sip on the teas and Dubai, we can go to the investor forums, but it starts at home. So I'm urging you to be intentional with your activities, the conversations that you have as lovers, as friends, as siblings. What are you doing to separate that material so that we ensure it is of high value? Once it is of high value, we get to the second point, valorizing, which basically means turning it into a new product. Whether you decide to do little projects with family members, with cardboard or plastics, or you open up the opportunity for reclaimers, that is us enabling waste diversion from landfills. And importantly, we play a role in green jobs. We are contributing towards that because there will be that one person or that cooperative who will need this material that we have separated. One more question. Pens and papers? Question 2. Explain what you will do differently in your homes, workspaces, and any other space of decision making. So for 55 marks, start writing. I don't see pens moving. But I hope you got the message. Waste is not what we've always known it to be, a disposable material. This is officially confirming, standing before you here, confirming that waste is a resource. For as long as we're able to shift our mindset and look at it like that, we are opening up so many avenues for socio-economic opportunity as well as a positive environmental impact. I hope I've shifted something in your mind and you will do something differently in your various spaces. Thank you.